In the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, the people have been maintaining a strategic distance from potential hazard like the usage of spread, social isolating, insignificant individual collaborations, etc. Regardless of the acknowledgement of these measures, it is extremely noteworthy that one should have incredible immunity to fight the new corona disease, pollution and various disorders. The safe structure is fundamental for our continuance. Without it, our bodies would be accessible to ambush from minute life forms, diseases, parasites, to say the very least. It keeps us sound as we run over incalculable pathogens. It is spread all through the body and incorporates various sorts of cells, organs, proteins, and tissues. It has exceptional ability to perceive our tissue from remote tissue. Dead and imperfect cells are also seen and gotten together by it. If it encounters a pathogen, a bacterium, contamination, or parasite, it mounts an implied invulnerable response. A resistant response is a reaction which occurs in our body to prepare for remote trespassers. A toxic substance or other remote substance, which incites an immune response in the body along these lines conveying antibodies, is called antigen. Major to its ability to amass a response to an assaulting pathogen, toxin or allergen is its ability to isolate self from non-self. The host uses both characteristic and flexible instruments to perceive and forego pathogenic microorganisms. Characteristic opposition is the defense structure with which we are imagined. Common immunity incorporates impediments that shield hazardous materials from entering our body. These deterrents structure the primary line of boundary in the immune response. If pathogens successfully avoid the natural response, we have a second layer of protection, the flexible safe structure, which is established by the intrinsic response. It changes its response during a sickness to improve its affirmation of the pathogen. This response is held after the pathogen has been cleared out as an immunological memory, which allows the adaptable safe system to mount snappier and more grounded attacks each time this pathogen is experienced. Tips to improve opposition. Coming up next are huge indications that will help us with improving our obstruction. Have an adequate rest. Rest and insusceptibility are immovably associated. During rest, the protected structure releases proteins called cytokines. Certain cytokines need to increase when we have a defilement or disturbance, or when we are feeling the squeeze. Absence of rest may decrease production of these cautious cytokines. In addition, ailment-engaging antibodies and cells are decreased during periods when we don't get enough rest. It is normally endorsed that adults should intend to get at any rate 7 hours of rest each night, while adolescents need 8 to 10 hours and progressively energetic children and infant youngsters up to 14 hours. Eat even more whole plant sustenances. Whole plant sustenances like natural items, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and vegetables are affluent in enhancements and cell fortifications that may give you a high ground against ruinous pathogens by boosting insusceptibility. By eating each and every various shade of plant-based sustenances, we will undoubtedly get a strong and vacillated healthy profile. Believe it or not, whole sustenances, plant-based eating routine contains 64 times the proportion of invulnerability-boosting malignant growth anticipation operators appear differently in relation to an eating routine that fuses meat and dairy. Eat well oil. Sound fats like olive oil, nut oil, canola oil and sustenances well off in omega-3s are significantly quieting. Since perpetual disturbance can smother our safe system, these fats may ordinarily fight sicknesses. A low-level aggravation is an average response to stress or injury. Reduction pressure. The weight smothers it, growing lack of protection to colds and various illnesses. It is difficult to describe pressure. Most specialists thinking about the relationship of stress and insusceptible limit, in any case, don't mull over a surprising, temporary stressor, rather, they endeavor to focus progressively predictable and visit stressors known as wearisome weight. Do customary exercise. The standard exercise is one of the backbones of sound living. Much equivalent to a strong eating schedule, exercise can add to a sound safe structure. It may contribute by propelling extraordinary stream, which allows its cells and substances to go through the body straightforwardly and complete their duty profitably. Stop smoking. Smoking can smother it since nicotine can incite lessened neutrophilic phagocytic activity. It can in like manner frustrate the appearance of responsive oxygen species (ROS), thusly debilitating the limit of neutrophils to kill pathogens. Inside the lungs, smoking triggers an appearance of combustible administrators that lead to decided steady red-hot issue. Consider step by step. It has been found that the bit of leeway we experience from reflection isn't cautiously mental, there is an unquestionable and quantifiable change in how our bodies work. Reflection is one of the remedial activities that may offer lightening to our invulnerable systems, encouraging the regular concern of the body. Cutoff included sugar. Exactly when we eat a significant bit of sugar, we by chance moist down our protected structure's ability to respond to troubles. The effect continues for a couple of hours. So if you eat treats a couple of times every day, it may be ceaselessly working at an undeniable injury. Further, eating sweet sustenances can make pointless disturbance that fills no accommodating need yet propels developing and disease. The essential concern. Our invulnerable system is basic for our continuance. Our lifestyle can impact how well it can shield us from germs, contaminations, and relentless ailments. Superseding terrible prosperity inclinations with extraordinary ones can help keep it strong. The above tips at whatever point followed sufficiently can go far toward fortifying our invulnerability. Our protected structure is noteworthy for our perseverance since it causes us shield from lots of afflictions. Our lifestyle is solidly associated with our opposition. By getting the tips referenced in the article, we can overhaul our safety.